Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tara and I love sharing easy but healthy recipes you can make right in your very own kitchens. All month long, we've been making easy meal prep recipes, perfect for work or for school or simply to enjoy at home. If you missed any of the previous episodes, I will link them in the description box below so you can check them out afterwards. Today, we're gonna make a vegetarian pasta dish that is so incredibly delicious and healthy, packed with protein and flavor. You guys are gonna absolutely love it. We're gonna be using our Instant Pot for today's recipe. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you can still make this recipe. I will leave complete instructions for both the Instant Pot and the stovetop method, along with a full ingredient list in the description box below. I love posting easy recipes just like this one every Sunday. So if you're new here, tap that red subscribe button below and be sure to click that bell icon. That way you never miss out on a delicious recipe. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starving. So let's do this, shall we? The first thing we need to do is soak our lentils. I'm using green lentils and I recommend soaking them overnight. That way they will cook entirely in the short amount of time we're gonna make this inside of our Instant Pot. So this is the next day. They have plumped up perfectly. So now I'm grabbing my favorite knife and I'm gonna dice up a shallot. If you don't have a shallot, you can also use about 1/4 of a yellow onion. That would work. And I'm just chopping it very finely. Alternatively, you could also use onion powder, and I have listed all of the measurements in the description box below. Then of course, I'm grabbing some garlic. I absolutely love garlic, so I add a lot, and I love my garlic press. I will link this in the description box below if you want to check it out for yourself. Always use the non-sharp side of your knife to scrape the garlic. That way you don't dull your knife. Then I'm grabbing my mushrooms. These are baby portobello mushrooms. You can use any kind of mushroom that you like. And I'm just kind of roughly chopping it. This is gonna give such a meaty flavor. Then we're gonna grab our Instant Pot, set it to saute on high. When it's hot, add some olive oil. And then we're gonna add those chopped up mushrooms. So we're just gonna cook this down just for about 1 to 3 minutes, and then we're gonna add our shallots. And let this cook for another minute or so before adding the garlic. I didn't want the garlic to burn. I'm also gonna add all of the dried spices, along with our tomato paste. I like to cook the paste a little bit with the spices. I feel like it gives the best flavor. Then we're gonna grab our lentils. I have rinsed and drained them. Add them to the Instant Pot and just kind of stir everything so it's coated and stirred well. Of course, I'm drinking a dry red. And of course, I'm gonna add some of this dry red to our sauce. If you don't wanna use wine, you could also just use water, or even vegetable broth would work. Then we're gonna add some water. It is very important to deglaze the bottom of the pot. You wanna make sure nothing is stuck so you don't get the dreaded burn signal. Then we're gonna grab our pasta. I typically use gluten-free pasta in a recipe like this to ramp up the protein and keep me full for hours, but you can use any kind of pasta that you love. This is 8 ounces of pasta. You could probably add a little bit more and it would still work well, but this was enough for me. And then I'm adding my tomato puree. It's very important not to stir it at this point. You really should not stir it after you add the pasta either. And add your bay leaves, and I'm kind of just pressing it down. Then we're gonna grab our lid, make sure the silicone ring is on, close the lid, set it to sealing on high pressure for 3 minutes. While we're waiting for our Instant Pot to come to pressure, let's prep our fresh herbs. I love using fresh herbs in a recipe like this, so if you have them, definitely use them. When your Instant Pot comes to pressure, the display will switch from the word on to the length of time that you set the recipe for. So in our case, 3 minutes. When the Instant Pot finishes counting down,
It will beep, and then the timer will start to count up. I typically like to allow for a natural pressure for just even a few minutes. I feel like it produces the best texture. We're gonna allow 3 minutes of natural pressure, and then we are gonna perform a quick release.
I'm hitting cancel on the Instant Pot because we do not need this to stay warm, and then I'm using the back of my spoon to perform the quick release. And when the pin drops, open the lid. And now we're gonna add the fresh herbs. You definitely wanna wait until after the cooking process is done to add it so you get the best flavor from the herbs. Look at this incredible pasta dish. The longer it sits, the thicker it will become. Trust me guys, it's absolutely perfect. Make sure you remove those bay leaves. This recipe is so hearty and flavorful. Serving it up into my bowls. Look at this amazing vegetarian meatless pasta dish.
This recipe makes 4 servings, but you can easily stretch it to 5 simply by adding something like a side salad or an extra veggie. That would be amazing.
A healthy and hearty meal prep made so easily and quickly.
I love adding a spoonful or 2 of some ricotta cheese and also a sprinkling of pecorino romano cheese. You can use any kind of cheese or not use cheese. It's entirely up to you. I also love adding a little bit more fresh parsley and fresh basil and maybe a little sprinkling of some red chili flakes.
You guys have got to try this recipe.
I hope you enjoyed today's easy meal prep recipe. Let me know any other ideas you have for a future episode in the comments below. I'm gonna leave a playlist of more easy meal prep recipes on the screen here if you'd like to check that out. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week as we continue our meal prep series. Bye guys.